Right, today I'm going to be using me detailing brushes. Brushes. It's not as hard as you think this bit, what I'm going to do now. It's just a bit like, you know when you're a kid at school and you're colouring stuff in a colouring book? It's a bit like that. The hardest bit is drawing this boat. If you're going to go at drawing this boat, do like a sort of oblong shape there, and then like an oblong shape there, but because it's getting further away, take that one down and that one up, so that bit's longer than that bit. Then pop that like another oblong shape on top of there. It's going to have a like a curved bit across top of that oblong shape there, and then just like another little square shape there, and then just put these little sticks on, so it's not quite as hard as you think. Then pop your little windows in. If you start there in the middle of the oblong there, and then that bit there is on the side, and then pop your little windows in. It's not as difficult as it looks. Right, I need coffee, but it is still all these little bits. These were off these little things here on this fishing boat. I don't even know what they are. I don't know what that bit is there, but it was just on the boat on the photo what I got for my reference. I had all them bits on, so I painted them in. Right, so any blue what you've got in your palette, just use what you've got. This boat where I'm painting on the photo looked like a sort of cobalt blue, and although I've used ultramarine blue in my sky, I usually match things up, but when it's something that's like been painted, I quite often like to use a different colour, make it stand out, because you ain't got to go, what I'm trying to say is, you ain't got to go for natural looking colours when you're doing something like this, because it's a painted colour. Like in a sky, it's more a natural colour. But I'm going to go for a cobalt blue. Like say if I'll paint like my water, I'll paint that with the ultramarine blue so it matches my sky. But this ain't going to match my sky. It's something that's been painted in a factory or something, or wherever they make a boat factory. Do they make them in boat factories? I doubt it. Right, so I'm going to come in there like that. The light's hitting from this side, and it seems to be actually bleaching that blue out, so I think I'll just do that. That's going to be blue anyway. So the light's hitting from that side, so if I just do that, I've got probably my biggest, I think it's my biggest detailing brush here. Right, I'm going to dip into some just water so it drags this blue now. Just get a faint blue, and I've left even a little white streak in there. That's sand. That's bang on, that is. Right, let's get a smaller brush. Let's put my brushes away. Right, let me get a smaller one for this little blue stripe across top of there. Like this. And I suppose, yeah, it does. If I pop this in here, when it goes down to that side bit, it bleaches the light, what's coming in from the left hand side, bleaches the blue out again. So I've got blue there, what you can see, and then when it comes down to this left hand side bit, let me just dip that in water, it bleaches it out a little bit like that. Look, you can still see it's blue, but just not as blue. There, it bleaches it out a tiny bit there, that's nice. Oh, all this stuff here is in blue, and that's not bleached out, so I'll whack that in. So all these bits and bobs here, all in blue, just there. So this is blue. Blue. I've had to take neighbour watch sticker out at window, so everyone kept coming and knocking, asking me time. Right, this bit, that's blue in it. I'm just double checking, making sure, yeah, that bit there is blue. That's blue. I want to get this in quite strong actually. It's got to stand out. This has got to be darker than me, that's blue. Got to be darker than me C. It's blue there, across the top of there like that. Down there, like that, that's blue. That's that, that's the other bit of that there. That's it. There's that much stuff you like looking and you think, what's that bit there then? That bit there, that bit there. And this has got to stand out against this, the white will be like a pale grey colour, so I need it thick enough and dark enough to stand out, so I'll make sure I've got plenty of paint in there on it. There we are. I'll just make sure there's plenty of painting. That's all bright blue. Put some more on that bit. What's that black thing there? Whatever that is, that's blue as well. Don't know what it is. If you want, you don't have to put all these little bits on if you don't want to. I just stuck them on because they were there on picture. Right, that they're in white, and that goes to dark black. That's a dark blue. I'll show you in a minute. That, whatever it is, again, got absolutely no idea what that is. It's just there on my photo, my reference photo. So I just stuck it in. Right. Right. I'm just looking now. So some of these things. What colour are these things? I like a sort of greyish white colour. So let's get a nice. If you mix a bit. In my sky, I've used oranges and yellow ochres. Mix a bit of orange and yellow ochre and stuff into that blue, and you'll get a grubby blue like what I've got now. And then that's what these bits all look like, a grubby. They look like a grubby blue. That there, something like that. This one here is even lighter. To put some more water, dip my brush into a bit of water and put some more water in that one. There, something like that. That's what it looks like on the photo. Can't even tell what colour. It looks like it's white, and the light's making it look darker with bits of shadows and stuff coming off these probably other things up here. I don't know. Well, that's exactly what it looks like, so that's how I paint it. Right, sip of coffee. Nice. Is that dry enough yet? Maybe just get a few more minutes. Right, this top bit here, that side's white where it's bleached out, but this bit's slightly darker and you can only just see a white fence in there. Let's get a bigger brush. So I'm going to stick that in. So it's like a, yeah, I can go straight through my windows because they're going to go in a black anyway, so I can go straight through them. Don't have to worry about them. And then just down here into there, and there's a white fence what goes in there. And what I'll probably do, I don't know why that bit's showing up whiter than that bit, but it just is. Might even stick a tiny bit of darker colour down at the bottom there, especially on this side. Let's do it more on this side, away from sun. I don't know why, because it looks like it's white. It don't look like it's painted a different colour, so I don't know why this bit's darker than the bit below it, but on my reference photo it is, so I'll just do it same. And then there's like a little white sort of picket type fence there. That bit there on that side, maybe I will put a little bit in, a little bit, so you can just see, but it's basically mostly just bleached out. So there's a tiny bit of blue what I've put in there, tiny bit. Right, so that's that. Now, so they're white. So I'm going to get them to stand out, I'm going to have some grey water around them if they're going to stay white. I don't know if they will stay white. I'll see what happens when I get my seeing. I might alter them. But these bits up top here, they're dark. So let me get... Shall I go an even smaller brush? I'll go this one for now. Right. So, again, I'm mixing up a bit of blue, orange, a bit of raw sienna. Just all the three colours in my sky. Just to get me just a dark colour to pop this stuff in. So, this goes straight right all the way out the top of there. All the way out the top. And there. Like that. Perfect. There's a bit of an angle. Be careful, don't put your hand in it. A line across there. And that one, there's a bit of an angle thing there going on. There's some things here. They look like sort of that. Same again, I wasn't sure what they were. These ones here coming down. One. Dead thin, whatever they are. These. Very, very thin. There. And then across. Oh, I don't want to get my hand in that. Across. Can I do it without getting me? Should get a little dry. A little dry. Then not smudge it if my hand was on it. Better. Right, and then come in here and just get this. Warming it, my hand's shaking a little bit. If you're painting like wiggly twigs on trees, it's brilliant when your hand's shaking. When you're painting stuff like this, it's a freaking nightmare. Right, this here, it's got a dark bit there, like a dark shadow under there. Maybe there's a bit up there. And then that top bit's white. So I'll put that in with some gouache in a bit. Right. Let's get a smaller brush. Really small brush now. I'm going to put in all these little bits of ropes and stuff now. So that same colour, sort of sharpening my brush. Sort of get my brush and go like that on my palette and sharpen it, twist and sharpen. Right. So I'll start this side. There's a bit of, in fact, where's my reading? Let's get my reading glasses on for this. Oh, in fact, there's a hook thing here. Let's get this hook thing on. So that's just having a look on my reference. That bit there's full coloured. That bit there, I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of thing to attach things to, I'm presuming in. Or a bit of wire there, or whatever it is. A bit of something there. Bit of something there. This, so you can see them in the pencil, but I'll stick them in with this stuff. So that's that white pollen there, isn't it, that one? So it's this one. Down there. Then this thing here. Right, this here. I haven't got a clue what that is. Or it's on my picture. So I'll just colour it in it. There, that's alright, isn't it? Then they're going to be white, I think. Right, tell you what I could do now. That same colour. Start with a smaller brush. Is that dry enough? I think so. Get one more blast with dry just to make sure. Put my windows in. So these windows, I'll tell you what, let's put one in there. That. These windows outside. Something about like that. Yeah, something like that. Right, then these ones. Get these in nice and dark in these corner bits. Put a tiny bit there, bit there, down there, there, bit there, Just go in with me. Pencil druid. Might just thicken them bits up a bit more. Plenty of thick paint. There. And then I'll fill it in now, I think. Fill in like that, still leaving some bits. So it's not quite all total, just a black block is what I'm thinking of doing. So like that bit there. I think I will bring it round so it fills the entire window in. But the whole lot's not just all solid black colour, if you know what I mean. So this is just water, what I'm pulling me painting to these edge bits now. Just pulling in with a bit of water. There, quite like that. Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Right, so watch that brush, stick it to one side, I think there. Let's colour this in. We're bright, just a bright cobalt blue for that. It looks like a comic painting. There's a bit of light bouncing around and a bit of light hitting from that side. But because my light's coming in that way, I think I'll probably just not make so much of a thing of that. Right, let's get some bright cobalt blue now and colour this in. Like I say, you ain't got to go cobalt blue, whatever blue you've got. If it's same blue as one in your sky, it don't matter. Any blue. You can paint it red if you want. It's a boat, so you can go. It would be just painted with paint, so it ain't got to blend in with your skies and things. So you can do it whatever colour that wants. Right, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go my solidest paint this side, and then take it lighter as I come across. I'll try and keep it moving. I reckon I'm wobbling my camera, aren't I? Sorry if I'm wobbling the camera. I was thinking the other day, right? Because like I've said before, I'm quite knowledgeable, I think, you know. And it's because I watch a lot of documentaries. And I watched this documentary the other day, and I thought they were called Siamese twins, right? But they're not. They're called conjoined twins, right? And I thought, you know what conjoined twin is, don't you? Well, I thought, what if you got a conjoined twin, right? And one. Well, what I did, I watched a documentary about them, and then straight after, I watched a documentary about the mods and rockers in the 70s, and they were always fighting and that. And I thought, well, what if one conjoined twin was a mod in the 70s and one were a rocker? What would they do then? Would they have have arguments about if they went out on the Vespa scooter or a big chopper motorbike? What would they do? Would they end up falling out and stuff? See how I've gone slightly lighter on this side. Yeah, so I just thought about it, and it's just sheer just from the amount of documentaries what I watch, what makes me wonder about these things. There, that's nice. There, I think that'll do. My paper started going a bit khaki there. When that dries, it'll be alright. I'm on cartridge paper, by the way. You can use proper watercolour. Cartridge paper is a proper watercolour paper, really. A lot of people watercolour on it, but the actual stuff that's designed for watercolour paper, it's dearer, so I just use this, and it's pretty good. A lot of artists use this for sketching and stuff. Quick dry, innit? Red carpet, I'd say roughly about 10 acres of it. Right, anyway, I'm saying another sip of coffee. Right, what have I got to do now? We're close now. We're close. Right. I just want to put my hand in paint. Don't put your hand in paint because you don't want paint on your picture. I just want to get these bits here and darken them a little bit more. Is that dry? Yeah, I can rest my hand on that. Just want to darken these bits a little bit more. They're in white. Shall I pop them in? Yeah, where's my white? I just want to go straight at it. Try and get some of this designer's white. Straight out at tube. Straight out at tube. And you get a nice blob of this. Oh, that's perfect. Right, let me get... Too much, start dab a little bit off, slightly too much on there. Right, I think what I'll do is just come. Oh, I've got it on my hand. No. There. I'll stop. Oh, this is difficult. Through there, like that. I need some more. Got it on quite thick. Actually, I'm putting this on, and if I decide to take this dark instead, might be in a bit of trouble. Because going over this with dark will be one pain in the ringer. Make a bit of paint from there, bring it down to there. I'm using it quite thick because I'm thinking I can't bother to keep going over it. If I use thin, it would be easier to put on in the first place. I'll probably have to go over it a few times till it thickens up enough to see it. That's like white painted metal. That looks good, doesn't it? You can see that. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. Very pleased. Oh yeah. Like I say, if you do this, I don't know, say your sky's a bit lighter and it's not standing out and you can't see it, right? Or if you, even before you do it, you think it's not going to see it, by all means, this could easily be silhouetted against the sky. So by all means, paint it in just a dark greyish, blackish colour if you want. But because my sky is quite dark, I'm going away with it. It's standing out so I can see it. That's all I really want to do. These bits here, I'll just use the white of the paper and paint round it if I can. If not, I might use what's called counter change. Now, counter change, that's not when they give you some change at counter at shop. Counter change is when you go from here, up here where I'm painting now, where that would easily show up in white because of the white against the dark sky, and then when it gets to the lighter bit, it silhouettes it in nature and turns it dark. So that could quite easily happen in a situation like this. So if you end up using counter change, that could work for you and all. So I'm just going through, because your painting's not going to necessarily be exactly the same as mine. Yours might have a lighter. If I painted this again, my next one might have a lighter background than this one, you see. So it's all about going with the flow. Go with the flow of the paint, or the flow of whatever's happening. I get a little bit more gouache on my brush. Thicken that bit up a bit, tiny little bit, straight out at tube. There. And just come in there. Got to be careful because I've got a great big. In fact, let me wipe a bit back off. I've got a great big lump on my brush. I've got to be very, very careful there. This is all. These are the fiddly bits, you see. I like doing the big brush marks best. So that's that. That looks alright, doesn't it? Oh, I'm quite pleased with that. That's come out. Oh, I tell you what I need to do. Right. Pull my reading glasses back down again. Nice big bit of gouache on my brush this time. This thing here were white as well. I'll get that in. That were white. Much easier to do that just with some gouache than trying to mess about painting around it when you do your big sky. So, I'll tell you what you could do if you're on proper watercolour paper. You could not masking, what's it called? That rubber stuff. Yeah, put that in. What's it called? Oh, doing my own head in. Oh, I could put the little fence in, couldn't I? There's a little fence around here. Tell you what, let me get some of this gouache mixed up. I'm going to need it looser to paint that fence, I think. I might as well pop it in. There's a little white sort of picket type fence there. Let me get some more out of here. Some more neat. That's it. Nice big blob of neat gouache. Paint my fence with. There. Perfect. I think that'll do it. Right, there's a little white fence. So pop that in. So, right, let's have a look where this fence goes. So, look on me. I can only just see it on my picture. I think. I don't know. I've got paint all over my hands. Oh, there. There, that's dry, isn't it? Yeah, man. Let's paint one in the middle here. I can't hardly see on my thing, on my picture. So there's one there. You can only just see this, but I won't worry too much because you can only just see it on my actual photograph and all. In fact, you don't even have to mess about with this if you don't want to. I am going to quite like it. Quite a nice subtle little detail in there, but you don't have to mess about if you can't be bothered. I don't blame you. So they're going down there like that. Just a little white picket fence. I'm not even going to worry too much about how many I've painted. I think there's some going down there and all, but you can't see them on the picture because sun's bleaching them out, and so I'm not going to even attempt to put them in. I'm just going to leave it. Couple in that side. Something like a white picket fence, something like that. And although you can't see it on the picture, this will fade dead pale. This will. You'll hardly see this when it dries. Although you can't see it on your picture, I'm going to pop in a little bit across as well. In fact, I think I'm just going to pop in one rail thing across there. Let's see, got some more paint on my brush. Don't forget, you can't paint without paint on your brush. There, something like that. You probably see that when it's dried. You might not even see it. I don't know, it's there. Right. Oh, I tell you what there was as well. Well, could plop in. Let's use a slightly bigger brush for it. There's a orange, but it's dead faded, like it's really, really old. Like all the colours just worn off it because it's that old. This here is one of them. Do they call it a boy? It's a boy, not like a little kid, but a boy. And it's not the sun that's bleached the colour out. I think it's that old. It's been there that long. The colour's bleached out of that one. Then this one here. This one's bright red, so I'm just going to mix an actual bright red colour up and do that one. I've got alizarin crimson red, but I want it brighter than that, so I'm going to mix it with some orange See if I can make a brighter red. Oh, that's quite nice. Tad more crimson, and I think I'm on it. Perfect. This one's not bleached out. This is like they've just bought a brand new one for this side. And that's there, like that. Now show up good in my reflections. Right, I think. Oh, one more little thing. My little squiggly brush. Where's that squiggly brush gone? A little squiggly brush. That one will do. Just going to pop in. It's already in pencil, but pop it in with a bit of colour. There were a bit of writing on the side there, like that. So I'm going to pop it in. You can't read it. It's like on the picture. It's like illegible. Do they call it illegible? You can't read it anyway. I'm going to fatten that up a bit more. Let's try. Still want these a little bit more. I think that's okay up there. Yeah, so you know what, I think I'm about done for now. That bottom bit were white. Let's have a look. Oh, tell you what they were. Not definitely just dark because I'm having it, or do I want that darker? You know what, I'm going to do that darker. 31 minutes, I don't like to go this long. In fact, I'll leave it at that. I'm going to colour that in darker. But I'll do it in a minute. You don't want to watch me do that. I don't want to take my video for too long. Right, go steady. If you've enjoyed watching this half as much as what I've enjoyed painting it, then I'll enjoy painting it twice as much as you. See you on beach, innit?